The use of reconnaissance in Warno is crucial to ensuring the survival of your own units and also ensuring that you can bring your firepower to bear effectively. Without reconnaissance, you cannot see your enemy and therefore you cannot effectively engage them, and you also do not know where their units are stationed, lying in wait for an ambush. In this case, my teammate's Terrier's unit is stationed on a tree line looking into another copse of trees across this road. They cannot see the enemy's motorized Rozvedka unit looking directly at them. The reason for this is the constant interplay in Warno between the optics stat and the stealth stat of every unit. We can clearly see that the motorized Rozvedka unit has a much higher optics and stealth stat than the Terrier's unit. And because of this, they are able to see the Terriers while the Terriers cannot see them. Due to the line of sight mechanic, what you see can be very misleading because oftentimes you can only see what's directly in front of you and you cannot see everything that might be lying in wait over the next hill. The use of trees and buildings also improves the stealth stat of units stationed within them, making them harder to detect. This is especially the case for dense forests, where you can conceal units deep within woods, making them almost impossible to see. In this case, we can see that even though the Pact team has stationed a reconnaissance unit in the forest, it is still not able to see a substantial NATO force moving right next to it. In addition, the NATO force can't see the reconnaissance unit. This leads to an overpenetration of the Soviet line and an intense one-sided firefight where one side has a clear advantage. Because of this, in forest fighting and urban fighting, oftentimes the front line becomes so close that recon units aren't entirely necessary. That being said, it is still useful to bring them. Vehicle reconnaissance is also crucial for covering the open spaces and protecting your own vehicles from ambush. Here we can see that this Bradley is capable of seeing a large portion of the enemy presence in the area. We can also see that he loses this intel as the Bradley passes behind a narrow copse of trees and then regains it as it comes out the other side. The need to walk your units forward into enemy fire in order to see them is risky, but you don't need to leave them there. Once the enemy's opened fire, you can pull them back now that you know where the enemy is and you can bring your firepower to bear. Last but not least, reconnaissance is crucial for providing correction for artillery, as indicated by the white line here.